Hello, I am recording this on Monday, the 11th of November, 2024. My name is Josephine, and I am a self-taught painter, drawer, and digital artist in Brisbane, Australia. The weather is beautiful here. The people are friendly and laid back, and there's a pretty cool art community here, which I'm lucky to be a part of. I am a wife and a mother to a beautiful 2-year-old girl. As a child, I was raised in the Jehovah's Witness religion, but as I reached my 20s, I separated myself from that religious organisation and began to explore the world with a fresh perspective. It was a critical turning point in my life to step away from a belief that I thought was the truth, because I was told it was the truth since I was a child, to now making up my own mind about what I want to believe. For as long as I can remember, I always loved to draw and paint and create. My mother is creative, and I remember watching her having painting nights on the weekends as her way to relax after a busy week of working as a nurse. And I can say that I do that now. I've observed what she's done, and I find that I'm doing the same thing. I have these weekends where I just paint, and it is so therapeutic. I developed a love of colour throughout high school, and I remember so many of my artworks were vibrant, multicoloured, happy patterns and abstract pieces. However, I also had a dark side to my art too. I would create haunting line drawings of figures and plants using only black pen purely from my imagination. I really wish I kept these. Every now and then I can tap back into that headspace and make something quite dark, but I don't show the world. I create that art just for me. I see the world as this fascinating and exciting place of infinite possibilities, and I want to learn and see and do as much as possible. I want to hear people's life stories, learn new perspectives, keep my mind open, explore new art techniques, learn new skills. I believe that my upbringing has made me the open-minded, creative person that I am today. When I decided to step away from the religion, I redefined my identity and ultimately transformed my life. It also helped me change my priorities and pursue my art practice and value above all else freedom. This freedom is something I apply to my art. Freedom to play, freedom to explore my emotions, freedom to use all the colours if I want to. I have always gravitated towards other creative people, and they are my closest friends, but I cannot give up any opportunity to talk to someone outside of my comfort zone who has come from another culture and country that's so foreign to me. I want to learn what they know, how they think, what they believe, and why. It's so fascinating, and it all forms ideas in my creative practice to explore new possibilities. I tend to look at the world as if it is all a colour palette, and there are new colours to be discovered if I just take the opportunity to make a new experience. For example, becoming a mum. Once I had my daughter, I felt like I've just discovered a new shade of green. There's so many things to learn about in life, in art, and my biggest driver is to keep learning, keep playing, have as much fun as possible, and keep creating beauty. My biggest influences come from the world and the people around me, the colourful tapestry of nature, the women I am on this new journey of motherhood with, and the way that some people touch my heart so much that I am compelled to paint something that's just for them. I'm particularly drawn to female empowerment in my art, and I love to celebrate the strength and beauty of femininity in my paintings. As a person, I'm naturally playful and curious, and this translates into my art through my use of colour and abstract images. My daughter is a huge source of inspiration for me too. She has no idea that when she stops suddenly on a walk to crouch down and admire a single flower, that she has just sparked an idea for me to make a new painting. The way that she can pause to observe something as if it is the first time she's ever seen it makes me remember to do the same. It's so easy to get caught up in the busyness of life without making time to stop and pause and look at just the beauty around us. I'm so inspired by the many local artists in my community who are creating art because they love to make art and they want to share their skills. I love attending workshops with working artists and getting to know them. Also, understanding their techniques and getting their advice on my work. I can remember back in high school studying art, I was completely blown away by the artworks of H.R. Geiger. I know none of my artworks look anything like he has created, but it was his work that sparked something inside me when I was 15. I loved how he created these images that were so surreal, but also looked vaguely human. I'll always remember that feeling of being moved and inspired by art, and then going off and creating something completely different to what originally inspired me. At first I was frustrated, but I've come to realize that this is just how I express myself, and whatever comes out, it's just what's truly inside me, and I just need to get inspired and go for it. Right now, I'm focusing on developing my own style. I'm sure many artists can relate when I say that I have to try all the painting and drawing techniques, all the art styles, use all the colours. I get so caught up in all the possibilities that I realised I've completely changed artistic styles with every new piece. I'm also taking a drawing class to improve my skills in drawing portraits, hands, feet, and animals, all things that I find so challenging. So I've decided to tackle it head on and just go back to the basics and learn properly. I've found an excellent teacher, and I'm really loving taking these regular art classes to spend time with other artists. Simply talking about art on a regular basis helps me fill my creative cup. The biggest challenge of being an artist for me is 1, completing projects. I have so many half-finished projects in the garage. And 2, juggling life's responsibilities whilst also trying to keep that creative spark alive. I try to keep up a daily practice of any sort to keep myself close to the zone. Even a quick sketch can help me stay creative, and it keeps my mind open to new ideas and inspiration. The advice I would give to my younger self would be, don't stop creating, just keep drawing, keep painting, keep observing the beauty in the world around you. Don't let the busyness of life get in the way of your creative practice. The world needs your art. Maybe go to art school. Who cares about paying the bills? I have been trying different mark making techniques on some abstract florals that I'm working on. I've used scrunched up plastic to create texture and movement. I've even dug into my daughter's crayons and finger paints, and I've found some random sticks and flowers from the garden. I've been using them as brushes, and it helps to make a little bit more interest in the artworks. When I paint, I definitely prefer to have music on in the background. I even have some favourite albums which help me get into the zone quicker. Other times I'm so urgently inspired to get something out on the canvas that I forget to put music on. It's funny how these creative sparks work. I can be madly painting and complete an artwork in 3 hours, or I can be procrastinating on an artwork for months and even years. I love it when someone sees what I've created and asks me to create something just for them. Having art in your home is very personal, particularly in the case of my recent pieces, which have been celebrating the female form, motherhood and pregnancy. So I'm absolutely honoured to paint something that celebrates this important yet intimate part of a woman's life. I want people to embark on a journey of playful curiosity with me. I want people to stop and admire the beauty of the simple things, like a single flower on the sidewalk or a new mum cradling her baby. Thank you so much for allowing me to have a part on your YouTube channel.